We are going to be checking the YouTube streaming. Okay. 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 So Twitch is pretty quick, but YouTube's kind of slow. Pew! Pew! Alrighty. Today we're going to do a stream. We're going to build a replacement for uptime monitor and better stack, because better stack is like super expensive. They recently changed their prices. I'm just going to feed as much information into this as possible, and then we're going to run it. The front end auth system. This is pretty much all we need. I don't think we need to build a status page, an incident system, really, maybe. Maybe. Okay, so we have this cloud setting organization. The first package we released was WebSocket SOA. I need to update the naming here, but essentially it's just a replacement for Pusher, Ably, and all those types of tools because they're expensive. Push is cool up to a certain point, so it's like free for 100 connections, but they don't like go to sleep. So if you have a system where you have lots of end users, for example, people using it as a client, but the actual administrators, there's only 50, it's not going to really work. This is you're going to chew through this really quickly. Even this one's going to get expensive pretty quickly. So the way that we built it is we can use durable objects, and Cloudflare lets you put your WebSockets to sleep. So that's what we've built here for this particular project. This works now. You can implement it, you can use it. We're going to do the same thing for uptime monitoring. And because no one is doing votes on my website yet, I'm just going to pick the things that I want. So glad setting is on there itself, even though I don't really have the source code up there, but WebSocket SOA is there, and I'll link all the source code there pretty soon. This is my first stream, so please forgive me if it sucks. So this is supposed to be showing my live stream. There it is. This is the dev server. For some reason it doesn't work on prod. It's supposed to automatically go live. But that's open source for you. It works here. I don't think I need that open. I need that open. Top. Enjoy sending me referrals if you want. Yeah, it's figured out this is a new project. Cool. So the way I usually work is that I'll have Claude Code running in a few places. Oh, I've used the wrong one. Accidentally used my old account. We're going again. Check out Play Enough if you haven't already. This is my payments platform that I've built. Would let you build really awesome checkouts like this. Way cooler than what Stripe Checkout can do, even though you can make it look like Stripe Checkout. I won't log in yet. Okay, we're going to call this CS Uptime Monitor, so let's make a repo for it. So now that that's running, I'll get another one going. So I bet what's going to happen is that it's going to ask me to make a pages, which is just a worker function, and then we'll hide that behind some of the Cloudflare authentication platforms. I think they recently changed the name for that, so I always forget what it's called. Zero Trust. This is all new since I used it last, but it works pretty well. You can just set up Google login or email login rather than building auth for like a single service that you're running. You just do it all through Cloudflare. It's great. We'll set that up later. We'll let a readme. GitHub. It's always good to get everything going and backed up on Git as soon as possible. What's an integration? Why would you need an integration? So how much does this cost? 50 monitors. That's pretty decent. Lots of features. So they're trying to get you to get this particular setup. But you could build this easily yourself if you just fork the code they were about to write. This is my planned alpha test area. I can present these checkouts and test things before I deploy things live and break it all. Okay.
New friends.
What is this?
Boss time now.
I've never used
Welcome in.
Twitch before. It's kind of annoying. Don't know who that person is. Streaming is there. Okay. Let's just leave it there so it continues to work. We'll see how Claude's been really slow lately. Like, why does it take 4 minutes to Google something? Yeah, email, that's fair. I didn't even think of that. So the way cloud setting works is you can submit a project. It'll ask you all the stuff that it replaces, like what software tools that it replaces, and then it'll ask you what Cloudflare tools that you're using to build it. So see, email, I don't know why, that's just a category. Cloud setting is trying to replace everything, basically. But you submit a new submission, it'll walk you through the steps of setting up a submission, and then I'll get a ping saying, hey, someone submitted something, then you can put it on the site. And I'm taking feedback on it. It's a work in progress, but it's definitely getting there. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we've come up with. Catalog, yes. Website uptime monitoring, cron, heartbeat monitoring. Serverless, yes. Cron. Cool. Yes, that's correct. Notifications. That looks good. Status pages. Why not, man? API, cool. Front end, Astro. It seems to prefer Astro now instead of Next.js. Whatever. This website's Astro. I've never used Astro before. Cool. Compute workers, access, database, yes. Alarms, correct. Yep. Email, yep. Okay, so a couple of things I picked up. Let's think about getting more deeply. Obviously, make sure cron jobs have a buffer window that allows ping within. Okay, that's cool. I say every single year there's a new mail software. It's like there's certain categories of things like forms, payments, emails, uptime monitoring. Every year someone will just build a new one. Databases, they'll just build a new one every year. If you want to make lots of money, you can just build the same thing everyone else has built 10% better every single year. And you can probably do that every week at this point with AI. We want to come up with a look and feel. Obviously, cloud setting has a very specific feel. The WebSocket system that we built actually doesn't have any user interface. It's pretty boring. Also, I think Uptime Monitor is the wrong name, so we need to come up with better names. Uptime, so we'll call it like farming uptime. Rooster, maybe someone that checks on things, which is like dog. I don't know what the farm metaphor. Scarecrow. Scarecrow uptime. Shepherd uptime. Scarecrow sounds good. Let's call it that. Oops, wrong button. It's freaking out. It's freaking out. Sometimes it's better to just send it all the information. There's like way too much information that it can possibly handle. Just checking my emails. Alright, let's come up with a new plan. Email is not for free. Doubt email service. I believe I've got workers paid, man. Must be on a different account. Okay, that's fine with me. $5 US is pretty cheap because I'm pretty much running 10 websites or something on my account. I pay absolutely zero subscription fees. So that, don't worry about multi-regions one now. Astro is good. Okay, cool, yay. Now do we get emails? Cloud setting, okay, cool. You need to use an actual domain. That makes sense. Did lots of email stuff in the past when I worked at bonjuro.com. They send lots of emails, and the actual deliverability of these emails is crazy. Like, a normal email would get a 1 to 2% open rate. This would be like 70%. It's just ridiculous how successful it is at sending mail, because they're obviously very catered to who they're sending it to. Okay, so for the design, I've had an idea. CS2 has got this cache map. I just love getting inspired by Counter-Strike. It's so good. They put an extreme amount of effort into this engine, Source 2, and I think a modder created this map, cache, and then Valve has purchased it. It's a cool map, it has a cool vibe. It would be cool if we could translate this particular map to like an uptime monitoring system. Okay, this sounds good. Okay, this is a new update. Good luck. Yeah, I really love how in these new Valve games they've got like all the lighting pre-baked. So wherever you are in the map, it just looks really beautiful. I don't know what it is. It's not real life, it's kind of cartoony almost. Okay, so cloud setting is actually doing my live stream, which is nice. I'm doing an official comment thing. I'm not sure how to feed in comments from Twitch and YouTube yet, but it's not like I'm getting any comments, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just let this go now. So this agent doing a different job of the main agent, which is doing like architectural things. This is sort of doing design things. You sort of need to guide them so they don't override each other's work, and at the same time, so kind of like regular employees working on a project. Kind of at the same time, you want them doing different types of work. Otherwise, they're going to get confused, and they'll override something. And you think you've implemented a feature, and it looks cool, and then it's just gone one day. They don't really read each other's context, which is somewhat annoying. It would be cool if I could connect them together. The only other way is to put it through docs and then tell Claude. So for this project, I'm going to have an uptime monitor for cloudsetting.com. We're going to replace these uptime softwares for free. I don't really want to make it have limits, because to be fair, I've already got a Cloudflare account. Cloudflare has everything. You can build anything on here now. It's ridiculous. And it can be private if you want. I just made a one-shot dog game. It's really fast now because I've made it hard for myself. Yay! So I got some tokens. 31. I can't buy anything. This is supposed to be a copy of enclosed.horse. But the horse obviously doesn't run away from you. And this one's like way more beautiful, obviously. So it's trying to add styles here. I don't think it's running anything yet. This is my wife's website that I made for her. I guess it's still trying to spin it up. So at this point, sometimes it's handy to open cursor. And then I can actually start checking out the project itself. So it's got a dev script. I don't know if it's running that. Usually it come up down the bottom that it's running the dev. 50% off. DB, yeah. So it looks like it's still doing the layout, which is good. So I did npm dev at this point. What is it going to do? Astro not found. Oftentimes, the agent will just get the version numbers wrong. It'll install something totally wrong. It's just predicting the next token, obviously, and 13.1.10 sounds good to it. And the JSON is valid, so it's quite happy to just install these things. But we'll need to just double check if those are legit. Nice versioning. Yeah, good job. Required node 22. Let's see if it'll work now. Integrations required. I quite like having agents themselves run the dev server. It saves me doing it. Okay, so this has added all these memories apparently. That's fine. Project Scarecrow. I had to add it for my whole system. Cloudflare. Okay. streams are still going. Guess nobody really cares. Whatever, we're still gonna do them. I'm waiting for an important email. Got it. Okay, go to the next. Don't know why this is taking so long. Was it Control O? It's just checking if it's running. Failed. That's fine. I don't know what port is. Uptime radar. So this is trying to run it. Okay. A lot of these types of projects, you can one-shot them. I think this would take an hour, which is ridiculous, honestly. So I can do this. In there. Okay, that's still working on it. What version do we have to? Jeez, they've changed this website a lot. Version 8. Cool. Wow. Did this guy get money or something? He's done a good job. Yes, you're allowed to do that. Back end. System machine miners. I'll definitely be using this because Sentry's one is sort of confusing and annoying. Better Stack, they just changed the pricing. I don't know what it is. We were like $30 and then went up to $300 for some reason. Maybe it's per website. 50 more. I don't know what it is. I need to tell my client that we've got to get off there. So at least I'll have a free replacement for them. That's good, that's good. I don't think these particular projects need icons or anything yet. They can be boring. It's going to be HDMI monitor. My friend Dave would probably tell me, hey Mitch, you can't just make HTTP requests from your server. It's like an egress problem. And usually that would be the case. That would be true. You don't really want to allow anyone to make outbound requests from your server to their domains, because they can do internal requests. They can request like local IPs and things like that and get information about your environment, especially in AWS. But in this case, we're going to hide it behind like the Cloudflare access. There's no user registrations or anything. I'm not building this as a SaaS. It's actually just you and your company that has access to it through your Google accounts. Okay. Okay. Yes. Actually, let's just stop here for a sec. We don't actually need this stuff, does it? It looks cool. it's closer to the vibe than I thought it would get. So this kind of information might be actually useful, but I don't need the website. It's sort of a waste of my time to have a website that I'm never going to use. It's just an extra step. It looks pretty cool. Down. Funny. Back up, Cron. Does Cloudflare have a time series tool? No way. Wow. Tiger Data, did this used to be called something different? Timescale, maybe they've renamed it. Man, everyone's just so good at websites now. I like the textures. Even though this is sort of random at the moment, I'm into it. I'm building this new tool. Oh my god, I forgot what it's called. Revector. Which is broken right now. Let's go fix it. I really wanted Revector to feel like the Counter-Strike 2 Nuke map. As far as you could turn a Counter-Strike map into a website, I think this gets somewhat close. So basically the idea is you can sign up your website and then your competitors' websites in your account, and it'll tell you how they grew and how you're growing at the same stage, and you can just automatically copy through MCP everything that they did, like their ads and their outreach and everything. It'll automatically just do all your marketing plays automatically. And it's got a few little Easter eggs in here. You can draw here, and you can see the little cameras will follow your cursor, which is pretty cool. And the lasers will shoot. It's got a bit of work to do finishing it, but I really like the idea of having metallic things on the website. This is supposed to feel like metal. This is sort of like a green metal. And then when you get into the account, you'll get your reports. You use paper report. Oh, unlock that one. Oh yeah, it's still in its building progress. So I need to finish this website, but I'll be launching that soon. Okay, back to here. Okay, where we go? Fix, continue, remove homepage. So I'm just telling it to update some things. HDD monitor. Huh. It's done a pretty good job so far. I'll send this to my friends so they can roast me. But they're probably all at work. Heh. Not me. I got fired. Double checking. It says it's got moss, and I like moss. Yeah, I guess that's moss. Cool. Now it's looking alright. Okay, heartbeat. Yeah, that's nice. So does this work the same as Sentry? Gnarly backup cron. Oops. Every hour. Crons should allow for full cron strings. I'm not sure how we do that. It'll generate a URL, obviously. This one is get. Cool. Oops, not fat. That's right. Oops. The keyboard shortcuts for here and on the rest of the tools like PHP Storm and Cursor, they're different to just the terminal one. Did we add? Still got this page. Uptime 8 to 15. Health checks to iron. There's a new one every month, man. I've seen this guy before. It's pretty nice. So let's go cloud setting to ah. That's too bad and funny. Check this. We're integrating this Tolt system. Load it, open. Let's give it a go. We'll do Tolt. What's all fields? Payment information is required. That's payment information. This one. So has this sent anything to Tolt? I didn't get a message. Nope. I'm just checking on some other website stuff. No. Oh well, read that later. Continue. Still not posting. It's really like, when you're building these products so quickly, you can't think through the whole thing. You sort of have to give it a go. It gets it wrong. It's obvious where it's wrong. And then it can go correct itself. as quickly as possible. This hasn't picked it up. I think we're okay for the stream now. It was a good experiment. I don't need to keep doing it. And then I'll have this uptime system on the website pretty soon on cloudsetting.com. So check it out. And send me feedback. I'm on Twitter. Builder Baggins is me. Good luck.